now to Ozzie Jurock, who I welcome back to the show. Ozzie, I got to get right into this. We've been talking Brexit all morning. Of course, it's on the list. That's what we should be talking about. Quick, what's on the impact for real estate, though?
Well, the interesting thing is that clearly in the United Kingdom there was an immediate impact on home builder stocks. At 1 o'clock in the morning, they crashed between 15 to 25%. So certainly the stock market crowd had absolutely no faith in the UK market. Listings will soar, sales will crash. But I think luxury real estate in London and other major UK cities are also going to really go down in value dramatically as we look at the crowd from Asia and the Middle East that will be looking for safer havens. So I think the thing for us, though, is that we will actually affected something more positively because we'll benefit from the fact that some of that money is going to come here. I think the U.S. is going to benefit even more because they have the big project. I mean, we don't have many $200 million or $300 million projects, and so that really big money that's in the U.S. and in London in particular is going to go there. The big thing is, to me, is we talk European market all the time, but there's really two things. We have a British pound and we have the euro, and you made an eloquent discussion with Jack Crook that the euro is really in serious trouble. I predicted 4 years ago it would go down to 80 cents, and I also argued that Germany would leave, which hasn't happened, but I thought they would actually split between North and South. The European Common Market was an experiment that has failed, and for all the reasons that you've been talking about for years.
Really interesting here that, again, capital does not like uncertainty. And, of course, London was a major beneficiary of capital. For example, in the first 6 months after Russia invaded Crimea from Ukraine, $64 billion went into London real estate. I think you make a great point. That's going to seize up. I think you're going to see, it'll be interesting if capital actually leaves London as much as doesn't come. If it doesn't come, then what you've got is very low sales. You're going to have some, discounts, but you won't see a ton of it. If it actually leaves, look out below because there's nothing behind it in England.
That's right. So the impact for England is going to be really dramatic. The impact for New York probably will have huge benefits because the financial center of the world, which is London right now, may no longer be the financial center. Maybe not immediately, but they will be looking for places in the U.S. I mean, Jack Crook already thought that 65% of the U.S. reserves are the world's reserves are in U.S. dollars. Well, that would increase. And so, yeah, maybe our dollar is going to go down, but generally, with the low interest rate environment that we are now predicting for the next 3 or 4 years to stay low, it will actually really be very negative for home buyers, and we still remain positive for those that already own real estate and for the foreigners that are coming.
You know, it's interesting. Just one quick thing. We hadn't had a chance to talk about this today. None of this has to take place. You know, this is you don't need the EU bureaucrats to have a trade relationship, to have open markets between the two. My goodness, free trade agreements are getting signed all over the world. And that's the aspect that we're talking about right now. They can clear up this uncertainty very quickly. But what I've been reading is that the EU is mad and they want to punish the UK for this. But it doesn't have to be that way. They could get to agreements very fast. It's going to take a couple of years of negotiation, but they could start with, we don't want to change, or we don't want to change very much what we've done on a trade side. We want to change some of these other things. But I'm just saying it doesn't have to be. And the fact that they didn't have a plan B in the UK, in UK or in Brussels just tells me how grossly incompetent they are. But let's go back and summarize very quickly here. So for Canada, it can sort of be a minor benefit. For the U.S., a la what Jack Crook says, because they got way bigger properties, way more money you can shift, they may get quite a boost.
Yeah, and then U.S.-Canada REITs would benefit because some of that money will go there. The big thing, as you pointed out, look, we have an election tomorrow in Spain. We're talking for years in our newsletter, don't worry about Greece, worry about Italy and France. And I think actually the European Common Union is going to try and deal with it as quickly as possible, make it really look bad for England, because the biggest fear they have, and that's one fear that I have, is contagion. Because this just may be the first brick, and you talked about all of we have dominoes possibly falling in all these countries, and all of a sudden we don't necessarily have war, but we will have a serious economic problem that would affect us.
Yeah, and I just shift that a bit because they actually have serious economic problems, serious financial problems that they haven't dealt with whatsoever, that in fact guarantees that we're going to have a breakup of the EU in its current form, besides Great Britain. So we're in it. I mean, when you look at numbers like 71% of the Greeks are anti-EU, 61% of the French are anti-EU, and half of the Germans, the Dutch, it's all over, are at least 50% anti-EU, some of it exacerbated by how poorly they've handled the refugee problem. We're in for an incredibly volatile period.
No question. So maybe we should look at a hot property in Williams Lake that we have.
Okay, go boy. Yeah.
298 acres, some small lakes for $299,000. Or in Quesnel near the Fraser River, there's a ranch, a log house, a barn, an airstrip, a small lake. And it's a beautiful little place, water rights, and it's on at $865,000.
Done. I'll be moving next weekend. That's right. Ozzie, thanks for taking the time. Great to chat with you as always. And thank you for your help with Special Olympics.
Thank you, Mike.